Hey, silly. Hey, G. Ila. Ilma, sorry. Ilma. How are we doing? New update. Whoa, that's too much reaction. That update though. Welcome, Frog. Evil Black is very fun to write, yes. Hey, Tam. Yeah, I've been asking about the update and the overabundance of messages. I got lost in them. See, I came in here thinking that it's a bad idea to stream tonight, but here I am. I've been waiting for this update to be out for months, and it would have been smarter to just update it tomorrow, maybe. But one can't wait sometimes. I love your reaction, Frog, on the Discord. It just. Hi, Hyro. You're gonna cry? Well, that makes two of us. That makes two of us. Do cry. Tell me about it. Come on. I'm just checking the fonts if they're too big. Okay. I gotta finish this part and update webtoon as well. So, oh, these are big. He's determined, alright. The lighthouse page is gonna be my new home screen for a while, and the fade to white is... Thank you. Honestly, that could be the best page I've ever drawn. And toned and lined. And when I said in chapter 74 that that was when he said let's white, that was the second best looking black. Now we know it. Which one is the first? Be a better friend. Yes. He's that's black. He knows what he wants and he goes for it. Hold on. Hold on there. The sailor and the lighthouse keeper? Our sailor is a captain now. He leveled up too much. No, it's okay. I love to explain. I don't expect for everything to make sense. Is he bringing crewmates? See, here's the thing. I have been writing because we all know where we're headed. The boys do need other boys in their life. I said that, I think, when we were watching Run with the Wind. So, crewmates maybe will come. Usually sailors have those, in the Lighthouse Keeper and Sailor illustration, I have the sailor hat on black. But this type of hat is the captain's hat. Also, a captain has a suit. When sailors have different kind of outfit. Is he leading the ship? So far, ever since Volume 7, he realized that he's been looking at White's light, not Light himself. So he kept in mind that there's a White behind the light. But now he's like, screw this. Jumped off the ship. Probably jumped through a window or something. Yeah. Does look like it. Yep. Right to the source. No time to waste. Okay, I'll look behind. Wait. Also, the moon is full moon. So he wants to see him. All of him. Not just some word plays or stuff. Exhaustion, surprise, and oh, it's so clear. Quite sometimes it's just like a kid, to be honest. He's just... White has a hat as well, but he's too cool to wear it. It's just funny how Black is always... he's very... He thinks very romantically. I'm not talking in terms of like romance. In the romance sense, as it's used, but more like he makes a big deal, a big theatrical deal of everything. It's endearing. Also funny. Too bad the light from the lighthouse, from the light coming out from the light source won't be very clear on webtoon. On page 7, which blends with the pixel style enough. Page 7? Hey, Andy. You were all busy with chapter 11. I was worried. Wait, page 7? White was transparent. Their anniversary could be a trip on a ship from now on. Wait, does that... how it's read? Thanks for the follow, Micro. I thought the live was gonna start later, so I busied myself with other things. Oh, I sorry about that. I just thought that there's gonna be a delay because of some shitty event. Sorry, I'm not gonna... No filters tonight, huh? Nice that you pointed that out. Like, he has a black coat, he has... Yeah, it's very funny. Black's mind is very funny. I'm sorry if you busied yourself. I thought that is gonna take longer or I'll be tired or anything. I really thought that I'm gonna just call this stream and this update off today. Hey, Blue. This update nearly made me cry. I had to put... My god. I'm happy to hear that. Not gonna lie. Hey, Anne. Funny because I got glued to my phone instead. See, here's the thing. I don't really expect people to be free for an update or alive. I don't mind if they're doing other things or just don't feel like it or just don't show up or just don't talk about it. But there's a story from 2020 that I'd like to share at some point if you want to hear it. And that is where the whole I got afraid for a second while you were all busy in chapter 11, discussing chapter 11 when I updated. Comment came from. At some point I started checking my phone around while jumping out of my seat and my phone light turned on by itself. My god, you have intense reactions. I love it. Thank you. Right at the page with the light keeper white. Black looks beautiful in this page. Yeah, as I mentioned, this was the first beautiful black that I've drawn and mentioned last chapter. My reactions aren't intense. I don't know what you're talking about. Only that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just make up things about you. I didn't mean to say that you are just intense with your reactions. That last page, let's just get there. You know, this is an effect. I was like, my god, am I just moving from making trailers using movie effects, transition effects, to actually drawing them? I love art, man. I love creating pages. D really worked hard on White's expression in last page. Funny you would say that, because I actually... Wait, where is... I think I drew... I'll redraw his face till it works. That is in August 16th. It was 9 p.m. Copy message link. Let's hope. Let's hope it would, the link would, oh, it worked. No. Don't allow, I just want the link, man. Okay, copy link? No. Copy link. Will this work? Yeah, it worked. There it is. This is how I kept the file while working on white. I just kept black looking at him till it worked. I haven't been invested in a story to get one. That makes me happy, Andy. The degree of our friend's death. Yeah, because when you think about it, you only get this information that White doesn't trust Amir and they were not on good terms, but there are times when you see them just talking fine, and Amir did say he doesn't want either of them to be hurt, and there's more. Like, when you look at it from what's presented, it's very shallow, but when you think just a little bit about it, he's been with them since they were 15. Even if this is a person that you're not, like, if you hate a person, it's okay. I don't know. Even when you hate a person, sometimes if you spend that much time around someone in your life, you're gonna be affected by their death. Death doesn't always require positive emotions. Actually, I believe it does. It does need more negative emotions than positive to be hard to get over with. You have to make this a card or a poster. Yeah, definitely. I have to do that. And one of the things that I'm happy with these pages, because you all know that I've struggled for so long with toning. I don't like toning. And when I drew this as a sketch, I thought, like, I'll definitely color it when I finish, because it needs colors. But once I finished the toning and all, with the lines and everything, I felt like, no, it's just good as is. Maybe I'll do these double keychains as well. I'd love to do some keychains with manga panels. Where was I? Here. Yeah, again, I mentioned sometime, I don't know which stream, I mentioned that I found someone in Jordan that I might be able to print acrylic stuff. I just want to test them, but I don't have the time yet. But yes, it's been on my plan. I keep thinking that once I approach the end of this book, I'll go out and look for stuff to print for the pre-orders. I love the It's Over hug one. Yeah, I've been thinking for the longest time to make the double spread page of black and white looking at one another in volume 7 and in the building before they jumped. I wanted to do these as keychains as well, but now this stops, man. One of the funniest things I noticed as well, or one of the things I noticed, it's not funny, how White is taller, White is the light source, White is the kid in chapter 33 when he thought of him looking up to Jad and him looking down to Black, and chose that, no, I want to grow up. He doesn't like to be looked down on. Yet Most of the time, Black is the one that is looking down. Here, in chapter 56. Even last chapter, when Black said, let's White, White was the one kneeling down. Back breaking hug, yes. Bro hug panel print. I want to do prints, yeah. Or like postcards. Have you thought of Grey's calendar? Yes. In fact, I did. And I did. This year, my sister called me to help her with making a calendar. And I didn't have the time. But my reaction was the first time she called, like, once she called me and told me, so I want to do a calendar. I'm like, yeah, I want to do a calendar. Wait, that's a great idea. But then it just died with everything that's happening in this year. Hey, Rukyu. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Soon they'll be on the same level, hopefully. The things I've been writing, man, and the things that I've been drawing, man, and boys just leveling up. Oh, I have to go now. Thanks for coming, Hyro. For giving me fresh out of the oven reactions. Yeah, let's hope I can make one for 2026. I am better at coloring and illustrations a little bit more now, so maybe I can do something that is really, really good. I've always thought of... Actually, I started 1, 2 or 3... Remember this? Remember the illustration of White, Black, and Jad laughing? I have 2 other illustrations drawn of other cast members with Black or White, or with Black and White, also laughing. It was the whole theme of just good vibes and laughter and happiness that I wanted to make a calendar of, but never finished them. I have 1 sketched, 1 lined, and I finished the Jad one. Let's hope for 2026. Black's power move is putting on a cap. White's power move is unzipping a jacket. You think? Oh, not here. Oh, okay. I get it now. Sorry, I'm slow. Let's hope for that unzipping of the collar. Oops. Never mind. I like the little leveling up detail. He levels so fast, and it's funny how he just... This is how he talks to his evil side. This boy is driving me crazy sometimes. He's just fun to write, fun to draw. It's a very simplistic way of dealing with things, and maybe it's not that right on the long run. Maybe he's just masking his weaknesses again with these fictional bosses. But at least it's fun. For now. Why feeling like he's Inumaki? And saying anything real might be dangerous to the people he cares for, so he keeps that jacket shipped to the tippy top. Yes. White. Leave it to White. This is my current feeling while writing a bunch of stuff from future chapters. Leave it to White to take a positive word and just paint it with the most depressing shit. Sorry, I'm not... Today was awful. It was so awful. Thanks. He does have the talent, man. It's just... amazing. Wait, I forgot the stars. There were stars, right? There they are. But to be honest, even this talent of his is, for me, more fun than just him not doing anything, not saying anything, not sharing anything. Like, just be as depressing as you want. Just move. In a depressive manner, I don't mind. Just move. Don't... Just do something. Anything is better than nothing. Yes. So yeah, what I was saying about chapter 11 discussion. Again, I don't want to be misunderstood. It's fun when I can stream when people are ready and free, and just to have fun and all that. What I'm trying to say is... maybe I shouldn't talk. White on fire is something? I mean... we have the emote on Discord. I didn't do that for no reason. I need to turn off the things that I already moved because I'm losing. Okay. Why bother learning for me? Okay. Hey, Dokumi. Thanks for the follow. Turn this off. Turn this off. You know what's sad? This whole transition from black to white with the word white. It's not even his name. I mean, oh my god. Oh, I'm glad I remembered because the next spread is gonna show the page from next update. I knew that I was gonna mess up something. I almost did. Hey, Psycho. Huh. There's no filtered version for my reaction. To put it nicely, it was shitty. Like I was telling someone that was next to me, a friend, I was saying that I'm just thinking now, like how far do I want to burn bridges because of what happened? More than you know. There were six in the end. There were six people who came for great. This is not the bad part. This is the light. This is the silver lining that there were only 6 people that came. But in the end, I concluded to them, like I thanked them for coming. At least they came, and I said, like, I'm glad that what I pulled was white, not black, because the anger was. Where do I begin, even, man? But yeah, that was the joke of the day. I saw a couple people reposting and advertising that event, and I don't usually. It's wild, man. I can talk for so... Ah. It's just a bad event. I don't care who listens to this. If anybody hears it, it was just bad. And I spent 3 days, I didn't sleep for 3 days, working on something that was last minute change. Because the thing is, everything in Jordan is last minute. And my problem is, I don't work until the last minute. That's me. If you tell me, at the end of the month, I need this thing, I wouldn't work until it's too late. Because I'm fast. And I would think about the thing throughout the month. Because I do a lot of my work in my mind. That's how I function. So when the thing approaches and you change the rules for the game, yeah, or you just move me to someone else after I talk to you for a whole month, I'm gonna have to go back to platitudes and polite talk when you introduce me to someone, when you add someone to the mix. I spent 3 days non-stop doing nothing but working on this video because I pulled the smart move. See, I always say that I'm a lazy person and people mock that. You're not lazy. But yeah, I am lazy. I chose to work on a video for 3 days straight, which is a lot of work for a lazy person. But that beats having to practice, to talk, to stand up and talk on a stage. That takes more energy, so I chose the easier path. And I made a video. My God, when I think of today, I feel like, you know, the feeling of a dream. Do you know how you feel when you wake up from a dream? It's just, I definitely got a out-of-body experience. I'm very sure that I did, because... And man, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that, quote-unquote, admired me and thought that I'm this just... very chill and kind person are shocked now. See, the thing is, it's a moment. If I wrote it in a story, it will suck. But if you read the story and know the whole story and the backstory of a lot of things, you're gonna feel it more. And I'm not talking about it out of a feelings place. It's just, it's a fact. This was a very bad thing that happened with much backstory that was built upon. I'm sorry that it didn't turn out. No, I'm sorry that you asked the question and I couldn't hold back. The worst part is my mother and my brother decided to come, and it was a bad event in general. So to me, listen, I can handle anything when I'm alone. I will end up in a hospital with a heart attack, maybe. It's not that I'm that strong that I can handle anything alone, but it's always easier when there's no liabilities, which is people, I know. They're just liabilities. I'm very thankful for them coming. Even my friend, she came and she helped with the situation. But I didn't need... I just can't function. I can't think straight whenever there is anybody I know around me. It just sucks, man. Those ladies that make... Oh my God, there are those ladies that... So there was a big shift in timing and it was bad, man. It was bad. And you know when you get this, you just... I'm ruining a good update. I hate this. I really didn't want to update today, but I thought maybe this is gonna make me feel better. No, it's not. I mean, I'm feeling good about the update and your reactions, but I don't want to taint it. I was looking forward to this day. But man, ladies, and I look way younger than my age. It has to do not with my face, but it has to do with my fashion too. And because I'm drawing manga, so trying to, you know, when someone is trying to tell you something like, okay, sweetie, just do that. I'm like, I so want to black you, but I'm gonna try and be white. I hate it. This was the last time I'm giving. Honestly, this was the last time I'm giving any chance to any event happening here. It's just I gave too many chances. Every time I just come up with good expectations. I don't ask too much. It's just like just the little that you can. The funniest thing, I sent an email. I finished the video and I sent it after 3 days of not sleeping. And then I thought, oh, they're probably, because of what they implied, because of what they asked me, they need me to add a portion about how Japan got better after the war and used manga for peace after World War II. They want it in the talk. And if I don't have it, they're gonna provide it. The embassy. So when you hear this, what do you think? It's an important event. It's an important talk. There will be people there. There will be Japanese people there. So after I finished it after 3 days, and it's all in Arabic, I thought, hey, I should add English subtitles. And adding subtitles is a very daunting task. And I didn't sleep last night doing that. And I sent it to this guy that didn't even deliver it to the people that are working on the whole show and putting all the files in one computer. Not to mention that no Japanese person, not the ambassador, none of the people that, like, the way they made it sound, it's so important. Because here's the thing, they asked me for this talk and I said, okay, I'll think about it. I came back and I told them, I can't. It's been really bad in my life in general. So I just apologize that I'd love to help, but I can't. And the one in charge told me, you don't have to do much. Just get on stage and talk from the heart about your work. Easy enough, right? I'm like, yes, easy enough. If I just stand up there and I talk about Grey Is, I do that. I just open the stream and I talk about Grey Is to myself. That's easy. They just want someone to spread hope and motivation in youth. So I signed up for that and I said, okay. 2 days after, this other lady comes to me and tells me about this piece of information about how Japan got over the war with manga. And I'm like, hey, wait a second. That doesn't sound like just a talk from the heart about your work. But was I able to say, hey, sorry, this is not what I approved on? No, I couldn't, because it's a new person. And once a new person comes to the mix, I can't function the normal way. So I just rolled with it. And I started working. And it's like, okay, I can do something good here. I can. And I killed myself trying to do that video. And then there was no one. Like, there was this stage, and they started the event. The ambassador said his piece. The organizers said their piece. And then they're like, there is a break now to do I don't know what. And they all leave. And we just sit there. And you know how humiliating it is to just be there with my mother, who was tired and just came, and my brother, who wants to support me but probably doesn't really care about this whole thing. And the event is bad and nobody is in the crowds. And nobody comes back because once everyone left, they just went to the food. And there was a talk before me and there was a talk after me. The one before me was about origami. And they were making things. It felt like this is not a talk. You're making a workshop live on a stage. I mean, they did good job, but I'm just negative. I can't think positively at all. But the worst part starts when my part comes. The origami talk ends, and there's this manga talk, and I go to this organizer that they're moving tables. They're putting tables on the stage. The tables are for the ikebana, I think it's pronounced, the art of arranging flowers. So that's the talk after me. So I just go to the stage and I'm like, excuse me, I have my talk now, right? And he's like, yeah, but we're just setting this up for the stage is bad as it is already. Why am I getting half a stage? Like, are you gonna walk on the stage? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna walk, but I want it empty. I'm angry. I'm sorry that I'm ranting. I am going to lose my mind. Because it's funny, why bother learning is where we're stopping, but it's been a month of me thinking, why am I bothering even with grades, to be honest. Ah. God, I should update this. But yeah, the flower arranging ladies, my God, they are just all these ladies that their faces tells you their hair should be gray, but their hair is definitely not gray. It's darker than my hair. I'm being very petty and unfair now, but they made me really angry, to be honest. They removed the table, but the ladies kept talking, and my friend just sits next to the one and says, like, we're listening. And I play the video, and the sound is bad, and they're still talking, and people are coming in, and sounds are coming from outside, and like, what the hell, man? I start pacing, and then it ends, and I have this Q&A session, and there are 6 people that came. And I feel humiliated next to my family, and of course I kept the whole time, like, my talk was at 2:35 and my mother came at 1 because she's this kind of person that comes way earlier than that needed. And then my talk got delayed. And you know how that nagging feeling of there's someone that is in this place that they don't really care about because of me. It just sucks. And yeah, so one of those ladies is like, so excuse me, like we it's like our time and we're running late and you took too long. And I'm like, excuse me? It's not my problem. It's not my it's not my fault. I understand and blah 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 and but it's like we have this thing after. Like, I have this thing after as well. And then again, it comes to my look and she's like, oh, sweetie, I know you did so well. Like, your work is very impressive. And I'm like, this is the worst thing that's, like... I was on the stage and she's in the crowd and there are all of those people around, like the organizers on one side, 2 organizers that are not organizing at all, and 2 of my family members, my friend, and 6 people who are interested in Grey Is, and 2 guys, I don't know where they're here, and this old dude that I don't know why he's here, and another guy that I know who was sitting and listening, and, and I'm like, it's my time. I didn't finish. And she's like, because she's like gestures at this other lady. She has a thing, and I'm like, okay. Wait, it gets worse. Wait, because I ended the thing, and I just go to the side, and then everyone, 2 of the organizers that weren't inside but outside came to apologize, and then the 2 ladies came to apologize, and I'm like, I didn't say anything. I kept looking at them and is clearly angry, and one guy comes to me who knows me and was like, it's okay, just let it pass. And I'm like, you don't have the backstory, dude. You don't have the backstory. Just... And one of the ladies wanted to hug me to apologize, and I'm like, no! No, that was my white moment. Another person who wasn't one of those ladies, who was interacting with me throughout this thing on WhatsApp and stuff, was like, can I hug you? And I'm like, no, I don't like... Oh, I have a friend like that. I'm like, let's sit with hugs, man. Can't you see me literally fuming? And then again, they go and like, oh, but that's a great work, those ladies. Like, great work and blah, blah, blah. And I'd love to see, do you have a card? I'd love to see your work. Like, if we can work together. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Do you see my face? I want to kill you. No, I want to hit you. I really, really, really wanted to hit you, because she's like, the way she stopped I was taking questions, and the way she stopped it to say, you took too long. And wait, we leave. They start setting up the stage, and we leave because, like, let them have the stage, man. And again, the event was bad. There was no one in the room for them to watch as well. And one of the ladies, the same lady who interrupted me to tell me that I took too long, came to me and told me, hey, can you just come back and watch, because there isn't enough crowd. And I just looked at it and like, seriously? Asking me? Just like another organizer comes to me, one of those who apologized to me, so they know the whole deal, okay? One of them comes to me and tells me, so how about we go inside, because there is not enough people there. I'm like, seriously, are you asking me? And she's like, no, I'm not asking you. I'm asking, like, my friend is next to me, and she was gonna point at her. I'm like, she's my friend, so my rules apply to her. We're not going there to watch. It's, see, I'm gonna get in trouble for speaking my mind here, for running my mouth. I know it, I feel it, but honestly, it's not that I don't care. I really am exhausted. It happened that something, I don't know, those who follow me on Twitter, I mentioned people always coming up to talk to me about my work, but then they realize, foreigners, I mean, I'm not talking about Jordan now, foreigners come to me to talk about Grey Is, and I get this most amazing opportunity to talk about my work, or myself as a mangaka, which will allow me to talk about Grey Is. And then they realize that I'm from Jordan and I'm a woman, and they start shifting the conversation towards, how does it feel to be in Jordan? How does it feel to be a woman in Jordan? And like they just want to build up this story about this oppressed woman who is working on manga. So I got really angry that night. I got really angry and I just wrote something. I just vented on Twitter. I know that people check my Twitter. I like it crossed my mind. Maybe this guy, this big channel that we're talking with me about a potential interview, might see this. But I thought we are in this day and age where we can actually express ourselves on the internet. But no. So I don't know why I'm doing this, to be honest. And I don't know, is it hard? Is it too hard not to approach an angry person and try lecturing them about, oh, let it go? Really, really, is it that hard to just let the angry be angry? As long as they're not hitting and beating and breaking stuff. It's my problem. I always take things seriously. And I'm not saying this, you know how people sometimes say like, oh, my weakness is too hardworking or stuff. It's not that. No, this is really a fault in me. Taking things too seriously, taking words too seriously. It's just, I don't understand events and clients that want every little thing to work to the T. Everything should be submitted when they want. Everything should be run smoothly. But when you ask them 3 times, is the room well equipped for sound and for people to ask questions where I can hear them and they can hear me back? And they say they're gonna make sure it's done. And then I'll have to go, can you repeat the question because I didn't hear it? I'm gonna explode, honestly. I need to open the next page. And turn off the left page, which is from next week's update. No, but I am. I know Jordan, and I know how things are run in Jordan. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep taking things too? When I looked at other people's talks, I'm like, why did I make the movie? Why did I take this? My God, why did I just slap a drawing on the presentation on the screen behind me and just said, "Come on, ask me questions. This is what I should do." It's just. 3 weeks ago, when the whole thing with the channel happened, the TV channel that they were talking about with me about a potential interview, when I wrote the tweet about how fast people change the story once they know that I'm a Middle Eastern Muslim Arab woman, before I hit post, I thought of this drawing of myself sitting on a couch and my other self is going to self-sabotage. It's just a funny, comic, dark humor moment that I saw in my head. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm just watching myself. I'm sitting on the sofa watching myself sabotaging everything because I'm just done, man. I have been for the past month thinking, why am I doing all this? It's just, I'm thinking, last week, Andy was the only one that read the updates and showed up to stream. Again, I don't expect everyone to come. It's not about you here. It's not about the updates. It's just, I am very tired of doing so much and then lie down and just wonder why. I love it. I'm doing it. I'm not talking about the art. I'm not talking about the creation. I'm talking about the sharing and being out there and why. It's just funny. I guess I keep getting into my own little head over and over again, just believing that, oh, this is it. This is happening. Now it's happening. When this big regional art book fair contacted me, yeah, it does sound like a copy and paste email, but it was sent through my contact page on my website and directly to my website. So it's not just marketing tool. They sent me and asked me stuff and I reply and they don't come back to me. I don't understand. Am I unable to write things properly? Maybe I should start using ChatGPT. I start working with this guy about a pitch for my comic because I want to market it. He asks me questions, I answers. He sent me a contract. I ask him one question. Gone for 3 months. An art representative that I was so unsure about approaching, eventually I approached because she takes all these kinds of stories that are similar to Grey Is, and I send her and she never comes back, even though I hear from all my peers that she just replies on the spot. And I'm like, there is something wrong. Is it my email client? I am delusional. It looks like I'm in my own little world, believing that this is something that could be marketed. I did so much this year, to be honest. The year is not closing even, but I did so much trying to play things a different way. No reason at all, to be honest. I don't see it. The objective is white. Hey, honestly, I don't want anybody to feel bad. Anybody here, I don't want anybody to feel bad for not showing up or not talking or not. I often want to say things, but I always fear saying them because the good people are gonna take them. And the people that are entitled and asking are not gonna be even listening. This is what sucks about it. But sometimes I wonder, like, I remember back in the day, there was this website called livestream.com. There was this artist that I was friends with, who, one time she was like, hey, my stream isn't for people to come and hang and chat. If you're here, I don't want you to talk about how good of an artist I am or blah, blah, blah. Just, I'm opening it up for us to talk, not for you to talk while I'm watching you and drawing on my own. It's not like, no, it's not a work with me kind of vibe. And I always feel like that's very admirable for people to say that thing and not worry about being misunderstood or sounding entitled or sounding, I don't know what's the word. I mean, again, so don't feel bad about not being here or doing whatever. It's not that. It's just the fact that it's carried by 5 people, 5 active people at a time, is the wrong thing. It's just like when you have that one friend. They can't always be there. You can't ask them to always be there when it's one person. You have to have a big support system so someone's gonna be there when you need them. It's black and white again. There are 18 people that are just listening to me ranting. Just like I'm gonna hate what I did on stage and this whole event, I'm gonna hate this stream tomorrow. But hey, thanks for being here. The objective is white. I think this needs to... Again, you reach a point where you feel like, I mean, when so many things, so many bad things happen over and over again to the same thing, it must be the problem, not everything else. So it's only fair to think, this is why I've reached the point of thinking that, hey, I am head deep in my own little world, aren't I? Wait. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for the kind words. I If there is anybody from the event here are listening to this and have issues with whatever I said, please contact me. I'll just do the same in Arabic if that's needed. Dude. You know, it's really bad when even haiku music doesn't lift your spirit. Anyway, we have white. What is this? Oh. Wait. Does this duplicate? Oh no. Okay. Yes, that's exactly the objective here. White just surprised is a beautiful thing. It's the thing of one knowing what. Mm, it's like when you want. I imagine for White, when somebody. This is the problem that I was thinking about for White. Like, how does he feel about Black doing all these changes after he talked? Because I relate a lot to the feeling of I don't want to ask for this, because if I ask for it, it's not what I want anymore. And this expression just comes on when things happen the way he wants without him asking for it. I think there's more in the drawing. I drew the whole thing and then I trim it. Oh, up to here. Yes. Wait, I need the... Yes, this one. You know what? I can... No, I can't. I was going to use it for the webtoon. Wait, maybe I can. I don't remember the effects I did on him, because there were some effects. It feels like when a child has gotten lost and they cannot find their way home, and suddenly just the exact right person who's there in front of them. Oh my god. You're gonna make me cry again, I guess. There's just a little bit of sadness to this whole beautiful scene. It's all in Black's head. Right, how much? This. Okay. Did I put the objective? Wait. The objective. Wait. Oh, there's no wait, okay. A little bit of sadness is just what I'm here for. AZ is doing some great things indeed. There are still 3 pages in the chapter. Oh, can I fit them both and it still looks good? It might actually. No, not maybe. So question, do you need, not me, I know what I'm doing. Do you need... We have Lana asking White if he's in love with Black. Do we need someone asking Black that? Where did that come from? I mean, we cleared one ground. We need to clear both. No? Thank you, Ilma. Mm-mm. Two. No, here. Does he not tease? Black's still the biggest fan. Hey, Otaku. I'm in love with them if that means we should assign someone to ask you, Andy. Does Inad teasing them count? Oh my god, Inad, is it? No, doesn't count at all. What, that? Be jumping the gun to say that it's been on my mind since the sides. Really? Really? Big Stan energy? Good luck with that, Otaku. Two. No. Special exports, export webtoon. Two. Influence to think he's in love. And I'm like, shouldn't teasing because this happened to me. Yeah, that's another story. But somebody should ask adult Black now, right now, just like Lana asked White. But yeah, that one, I'm gonna go back to that one. It's a funny bit. Lana's petty question outlining existence in the manga like an ever-present echo. A lot of people hated that question, man. What? Not what's it called? Storm V. What do I want to go? I want to go to what? Where is? Never mind. I forgot. Webtoon dashboard. There it is. Maybe the decisive stage of being long life will meet it, acting as if you're romantically married to one another, like besties. I was just saying that black is romantic, but White's romantic idea and idealized idea of friendship is his biggest problem with other people. It's adorable that he thinks so highly of friendship and friends. Because when you think about it, in Clippings, the 5 episode, I think, the one where he's just sitting reading on his phone and Black is changing so they can go out, he's reading about these 2 old actors that are still friends. And it's funny, when you think about it, it's very adorable. Again, I'm gonna say adorable at White. Of him just, like, noticing that there are these 2 old men that are still friends, and I'm like, I wanna know their secrets. It's gonna happen again in the story, not in Clippings as alone, so... That's why his face was so angry and done. He's like, how dare you look down on my friendship feelings. Again, I mentioned, I'm just teasing at this point. I should start teasing with art. But the boys are gonna have more boys in the future. They need to, especially White. And yeah, I imagined some guy mentioning something about friendship and Black going, no, White going, like, those are bonus points from me. And Black is like, doesn't it feel good when he gives you bonus points? Just today I was struggling with writing something for a friend because I thought it sounded too romantic, even though I don't feel anything romantic for them. And I thought myself reminds me of someone. Yeah, I mentioned it maybe before in a video, or I just talked to myself about it out loud, or just planned to talk about friendship at some point, the importance of friendship in my life. I have this journal I wrote in high school that is all written to a guy, even though I've never had a boyfriend. I was never interested. The poems and thoughts I was writing were for my best friend, but I thought it's easier to explain if somebody just took that journal, that all these words are for a boy, not for my best friend, because they're gonna misunderstand it. And it's a funny thing. Add to that I was in a very religious school. So them catching such a thing is a bigger problem. Realizing that I'm talking to a guy like that. But still, it was easier for me at the time than trying to explain my idea of friendship. And here I am writing about friendship. Character development. And then I'm self-sabotaging. I was like that in the middle school, where I put my friend at the time up so high, like, this is the only people ever. Everyone else is my enemy. Man, breaking out of that's so awkward. Bonus whites from White are the best. I mean, I'd feel that, honestly, yeah. And don't forget this innate tactic is keeping it simple and sweet. Let's just make sure that preview mobile. I'm sitting here worried about anybody outside of my room thinking about or hearing me talk on a stream, and they wouldn't understand the black ability of just moving on with your life and talking about other things when you're not talking to real life people about all that's happened. Isn't this cool when he just removed all the questions? What do you think about this? Him, like, okay, I'm not gonna look up everything. What's gonna tell me? We didn't talk about that. I think this could look better if I remove. Like this, for example. Every time I post, I spend 3 minutes looking for the end illustration that tells people to come to Discord to discuss, and nobody ever comes, so why waste more time? This is the place I'm in right now, in my giving up arc. Publish. Yes. No, it's not chapter. Oh, wait, chapter. Part 1. No, not. Shit. I told you, I am going to miss something. I'm glad it's just this. Anyway. No, not this one. This one is the one. I printed it 20 billion times. Ditch Discord? What? I printed this multiple times to make sure that it wouldn't look too dark when printing. Thank you. I guess same. I want to print it big, like a poster something. He's a captain now. Captain Black. His father is called captain as well. He was a captain in the military. Something about apples and trees. Thank you. Let me see if I can just pull up something quick. I should change this screen to spoilers, or you can't see this, something like this. No, not this one. Nope, not this one. Shoot. So the funniest thing is I was just bringing up the script for this chapter because this originally wasn't. This whole inclusion of the lighthouse keeper thing wasn't in the original plan for the chapter. It just happened. It just happened while I'm working. I had the idea of like, why bother learning? And he answers it's for white. But the whole theatrical thing of, oh, I'm gonna look behind the light and see him and he'll tell me and blah blah blah, that wasn't in the original script. Oh, there is one line that I removed. There is a line that is good, but I removed because in the end I had to remove a few lines to make it flow seamlessly. And this line goes before this page, which is, if I can be the friend that never forgets him. But I removed that line. The friend that knows stuff and faces them head on. I removed the knows stuff and faces them head on because it was mentioned here. Like, I want to be a person who knows stuff, and but the one that doesn't forget him is a nice line, but it's too much for something that he doesn't have a control over. Off topic, but they look so handsome. Thank you. I don't do handsome well, so thank you. And white in a suit. People love white in a suit. I hate suits, but people love. Black is I'm captain now. I mean, white has his inferiority complex, and he has his a little bit of jealousy of Black's vibrant soul. But yeah, when everything settles, he's like, please be the captain. I don't want to do all that work. White's wondering how Black climbed up there, given his height. We talked about it in the beginning of the stream. Like, he probably just jumped through the window. It's the same... It's the same light as this one. This is where it comes from. The same room and the light. We're done with the game. And we have 3 pages left. There's your teaser. This is the water, this is the night sky. Black came in like the Kool-Aid man. You are teased? I'm gonna be honest, why it bothered me that the last 2 stream people weren't here, because it was 2 updates of two weekly updates of scenes that are only focused on Black, and I felt bad for him, to be honest. It's like, you know, I talked about this before. But now you know that there are a lot of things happening around me, so I'm not really thinking the most mature way. Naturally. Do we? Black is the sunshine of my life. That makes me happy. And what's the comfortable darkness? That's a nice way of putting it. It's like that line from one of the songs I like. It's like, there's comfort in the panic. I don't remember what song that was, but it's a good line. It does make sense. Ah. Heavy by Linkin Park? Yes. Whoa, yes. I have a funny story about that song. I was in Japan and I have this very big suitcase because I took olive oil from Jordan to Japan to give to Makoto Shinkai and his manager. And we moved a lot between hotels and places. So there was one day where I was just, because I was gonna meet them by the end of the trip. So throughout the trip, I was just pulling this massive suitcase and killing my back. And when I went there, I had only 2 albums with me: Post Traumatic by Mike Shinoda and One More Light by Linkin Park. That's all I took with me. And I was walking in the street. We were walking towards a new hotel, moving hotels, and I was just pushing this very heavy suitcase. And I was listening to those lyrics from that song, but taking them literally. Why does it feel so heavy? It has something about carrying stuff and all that. It's just funny. That's always the memory I go back to when I hear that song. Can I tease back and say I've finished my fan registration for the anniversary and I'm really... I know the feeling, and thank you. Whoa. So early and so thoughtful. Thank you, Ilma. Oh, you never listened to the song? You just turned... I see. Grey is 14th anniversary. Stream privilege for not needing notification, Ilma. Anyway. Thank you for coming. I want to say it was a lovely stream, but it was an angry stream. More like... It's funny. When I finished this in August, I finished this chapter in August, and I was so excited. I was sitting on my own, and I had to explain to my sister the whole metaphor of the lighthouse keeper. I even started these threads on Twitter explaining the lighthouse metaphor. It's because I think Andy or someone here mentioned that lighthouse keeper and the sailor is a thing that is trending in fandoms right now. And I'm like, no, I have to talk about it because I thought about it in 2013. Probably someone else thought about it, but I mean, if it became mainstream, I'll be just pissed. Internally pissed. Immaturely pissed. So I started writing about it because I want to write these threads and just conclude with this. Not that it's a conclusion for the lighthouse, but it's a very big milestone. We reached a point where Black is just flat out looking behind the light, not just knowing that there is someone behind the light. So yeah, I finished it in August, and I had to explain to my sister all the backlog of the lighthouse in Grey is, so she would feel the right amount when I send her the sketched page. I was just so excited. I wanted to show anyone. And ever since then, and I've been just waiting to reach the point to know when it's gonna be released. And then I got the notification that it's gonna be released on October. No, I got the notification that the event, this Japan Peace Day, what a peaceful day it was for me. Anyway, this Japan Day of Peace was on October 19th, and I realized that it aligns with this update. And I made sure I just wanted to go give a talk and go back home. and update and everything be good, but you don't know how life works out. Not the OG, I don't believe that, but it's just... Is this just immature feeling? Like kind of when I... Oh my god, when I get into something meaning a manga or a manhwa, or I get into something and I start reading it, I finish it, and I'm very excited, and then suddenly an anime is announced. I hate that. Why? I don't understand. It happened with Ikoku Nikki. Once I finished the manga and I was feeling it, it kind of... I felt like I don't mind if something I love gets an adaptation a year after I read it. I just like to have some buffer zone of me enjoying something without it being all over the place. All over the place, meaning all over the place in my line of sight, because as with link click, apparently not everybody talks about it, but for me, I see it all over the place. Niche feelings, yes. Thank you, Blue. You're him? What? Oh, that's you going with the OG thing? Thank you for listening in. I don't really feel good about it, but I really appreciate you all listening, regardless. And I kind of glanced at the viewers, and I don't know why they spiked while I was ranting, and then they just dipped again once I finished ranting. There is something fishy there. It's special to me, yeah. Silly dude G, where are you from? Now I'm afraid. Someone's here for the tea? I mean, I always knew that. If I get into the tea route, I would have more views, maybe. Texas, good. Then it's not Jordan. I was afraid there for a second. Sorry for asking you where you're from. Maybe you don't feel comfortable sharing that. For some reason, I just got spooked there. You can provide the get. Ah. No, I always joke with my sister and her husband, because we're all three of us are artists that are very critical of the art scene in Jordan. And we always say, like, if only we start a podcast where we just talk shit about the art scene, we're gonna get big, because people who agree and people who don't agree are gonna come to listen. People just love these kind of things. Let me see if this works. I'm afraid of changing this. Okay, good. It's still Discord. I just want to show something. I would totally listen to that podcast. I'd have an excuse to learn Arabic. Yeah. I mean, I just don't feel like putting too much energy and production into negativity. It's not my brand. Okay. So this is another... I talked about it last chapter, but this one too here. Chapter 74.5 is what showed me the charm of Black being able to say, I want this, regardless of how silly or outrageous a want could be. He's not afraid of people's judgment or his own failure. When White, on the other hand, doesn't even have the strength to say what he wants. He doesn't have clear goals. Hey, Danielle. These are sketched pages. Sketched pages. This took a ton of time to figure out difference between sketched and lined. And it's just me reacting like I'm talking to myself. No one is ready, man. Were you ready? Was I right in August thinking that no one is ready for this? And this. And then I redraw this face until it works. The music fits. What music? Let's see. Let's turn off this music, and I wonder if it's gonna play the music. Wait. I think I can add the sound from Discord. Where is Discord? Add Discord. Should work. No, it's not playing at your end. Oh, streamer mode. Thank you for... You can hear it? Good. I'll go back then. Okay, doesn't it open? Oh, no, not like this. Thank you. Never would have been. Yeah, it did give me a little bit of... It's been 11 years and I kind of feel alone tonight with all these feelings. It's been 11 years since White first talked about the lighthouse keeper and his role, and now he, behind the light in the darkness, fully seen by him. If oh wow and oh my god could be one expression, then that was me today reading the update. I love that combination. Oh wow and oh my god. Yeah. That's that. Oh my god, let's I need to finish this chapter, updating this chapter to figure out if I'm gonna start with chapter 75 right away. Just a bit of information. I might be really evil with chapter 75 when it comes to cliffhangers, because for some reason, every page, or not every page, like there are a few pages where they end with questions that are just begging to be a cliffhanger. Like, just drop the question and leave it for a week. Maybe people will think about it, talk about it. Thank you. I don't enjoy that, to be honest, but chapter 75 is a big thing. But then again, there's a thing in me that I don't like, which is I don't like using tricks. Like, I don't like, for example, let's imagine Like, you're not you don't follow streams, you don't read my commentary, you're nothing. And just end an update with Lana asking White if he is in love with Black, ending it with that panel, and leave it for a week. I feel like it's really not evil, but it's just, I can't find the words, but I don't like that kind of teasing. I didn't know there was an update. Oh, there was an update today, both on Webtoon and on the website. Yes, but a little brain tickle is so... invigorating. I know that word, but I don't know. Hey Huda, welcome. I have plenty of comics that end with hangers. It's just thrilling, I think. It keeps you going. I read this comic in a week because of it's kind of with Link Click as well. Link Click is one of those series that I just, one episode after another, one after another in season 2. Because they always end, they know when to end it. We'll see. I was supposed to finish the chapter today. It's gonna be tomorrow for sure. If I realize that I won't be able to sleep tonight and I want to do some more lining, I'll reopen the stream probably. If not, then thank you for coming. Maybe next week. Maybe throughout the week. You know that from that cliffhanger of Lana asking White if he's in love with Black, I was thinking of a funny blooper out of... to be honest. It's just plain evil when you're not gonna... like, if it's not in the story and it doesn't have a really... satisfying reason, thematically, it kind of feels like you're just dragging people along for fun. Listening to you sharing your experience makes me more motivated to be considerate towards strangers and familiar people alike. Can't have people who do the work not get a nice treatment in return. At this point, again, as I told you that the silver lining, 6 people, I don't mind. Like, even though... why I say 6 people? Because people always bug me about, like, why don't I make appearances? Why don't I talk in Arabic? Why don't I share? Why don't I just show up? Stuff like that. They always just ask me. And the one time I come, and I come prepared as they want, few people came. But that was a silver lining for me. It wasn't really... it's not about not people coming or not people interacting or asking questions. Everything before it. No time management. People around. It was just very strange. But I'm glad that you took something good out of it. What's with that, Blessing? Others deserve to be a little evil for self-care. I mean... So yeah, what was I saying is thank you for coming and listening. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Oh, thank you for being here. You too. Everyone take care.